Hi there, and welcome to this pick a card reading. Thank you for stopping by. So, the theme of today's reading is going to be guidance for right now. This is going to be whenever you find this reading, that is when it's appropriate for you. And it is the message that you're looking for that is also looking for you, the message from Spirit. That is looking for you right now. So we're going to start with some oracle cards. I have here the Liminal Spirits Oracle and the Archangel Metatron Oracle. And then once we've got the general feel of the energy from those two, I'm going to pull some tarot as well to clarify the message. So we have right here pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So take a moment, pause the video, do whatever it is that you do to figure out which pile is for you, and I will see you at your pile selection. Hello, pile 1. Here is your reading for today. So we're going to first turn over the Liminal Spirits Oracle. We have Fox Spirit, okay, and the Archangel Metatron. As above, so below, heaven and earth. Hold on, I'm just going to try and shift that to get rid of the glare a little bit. There we go. Okay, so the first impression that I am getting is a kind of, shiftiness isn't quite right. It's almost like the fox wants to kind of hide in between the above and the below. What does that mean? That means you know that your outer world, that the things that you manifest are a reflection of your inner world, but maybe you don't want to engage with that fully because it's a lot of work, right? If you get to that place of knowing that you are manifesting your reality, then you have to shift the way that you think. I mean, it doesn't happen all at once, but there's this kind of slow process of, consistently choosing more supportive thoughts, both to yourself and others, in order to really live in harmony with your capacity to manifest. So part of what I'm feeling for that message is, it doesn't have to be so shifty and maybe like trying to find another way of getting the it's not even about like getting blessings from Spirit. It's kind of just about avoiding and knowing that. So that's a compassionate journey, right? You need to have a lot of compassion for yourself. There is a process of, I'm gonna try today to take one step back, kind of remove myself one step from the aggression in my thoughts, and whether that aggression is, complaining, impatience, what word am I thinking of? Resentment. It doesn't have to be like assault. It doesn't have to be an aggression which assaults others. It can be an aggression which is kind of internal, fighting with your own experience in some way. So that is a kind of a slow going, easy does it, forgiving yourself, taking care of yourself, not being upset when you don't get it every day, every minute. There's a lot of compassion that one has to hold for oneself when one is learning to kind of restructure one's mind, essentially, restructure one's emotions, because your mind and your emotions got that way for a reason. The walls that you have are there for a reason, so engaging with them, engaging with the ways that you limit your experience. You don't have to beat yourself up, It can be more giving thanks to what was there and also saying goodbye. So I'm going to pull some cards from the Vice Versa Tarot to add to this message. You will probably be able to hear me shuffling. And I love the Vice Versa Tarot because it shows multiple sides to an issue. King of Pentacles. Magician. Yeah, that's all about that manifesting, right? You know your own capacity to manifest, and it's a little bit unsettling. Where do you want to be? Sorry, I have little conversations with the cards about where and how they want to be sometimes. High Priestess with her back turned. Interesting. Let's see, one more. Page of Cups. So I'm wondering who that King of Pentacles is. That could be someone in your life who, the King of Pentacles is a materially established person. So this could be someone who is very good at manifesting. Maybe who has kind of shown you what that's about, how that works. Someone from whom you have learnt about the art of manifestation, calling in energies and circumstances to you. And being followed right by the magician, who is the manifester of the tarot. It's quite similar energies. It feels like this is what's potential. It could be that after encountering this King of Pentacles, this person who can manifest things into their life and from whom you begin to understand how that works in your own life. It could be that after that experience, you brought in something big into your life, brought in a big manifestation, and it could be something you wanted, which you could have kind of selfishly clung to, and fuck everybody else kind of thing. Like, I brought this in for me and I want to play with it. But that would have been detrimental to the things that you care about and the people that you love, and it would have caused pain. And so you feel this conflict about manifestation because you realized that you can bring in anything to yourself in a kind of powerful and surprising way, and it could hurt the people around you, and so there's this assessment of priorities. Like, do I want to just create my own reality and not give a damn about anybody else? Or is the whole interconnectedness of your being with the other beings in the web of your existence, whether that's the other people, whether that is the land around you. What makes me say that is it's the flowers around the magician, which are kind of calling my attention to this dynamic of flow, of interconnectedness with that which is around you, and maybe you don't want to just selfishly manifest anything that you want into your life. Maybe you want to manifest in a way that does not disrupt, because it feels like this magician has pulled in this shooting star, and maybe it like smacked into the earth and it's having this ripple effect, and now you realize that you can manifest in this incredibly powerful way, but actually you just want to go with the flow of what is good and healthy for all, including you. And that brings me to the High Priestess with her back turned, because what I'm seeing is the light behind her, and that feels like the light which is the connection to the divine. That feels like what is most important right now, and it's not about how you outwardly appear or what your outward existence is. It's about how you feel aligned with the divine, and less interest in simply manifesting for your own exploration. This is quite a sort of spiritual, right, reading. It's very much like you've had some direct experiences which were unmistakably spiritual, and tapping into how the universe can work on your behalf. And you are not interested in directing the power, you are interested in flowing with the power that is available. This little Page of Cups, having come in like this, and then wanting to be flipped. I say that the cards want things. I feel energies, and it tells me which way to present a card. On the other side of this image is this turtle. So there is this guardedness, this capacity to retreat within your shell, and it's actually out of balance. It's being guarded to your own detriment, with it being in reverse in that way. It's not allowing yourself to engage with your own inspiration because of this situation of manifesting something into your life that caused pain and conflict. And now you just want to go with the flow of divinity. So following your inspirations, following your desires, right, became complicated for a time. And because this page flipped back into this front-facing position in the daylight, I think that probably you are now beginning to trust the promptings of your own heart again, where for a time that might have felt more complicated, and it might have felt like something you didn't want to do, in case your internal, in case the balance of the power that you were able to tap into and the degree to which you were healed emotionally brought in something else that was painful, rather than bringing in something that is aligned and generative and supportive. And that is where your priorities have shifted. And it suggests that you are in the process of becoming healed enough, and you can trust your desires again, because you learned this lesson, right? You learned that you prefer to call things into your life from this healed place, and it is starting to be safe to do so again, to feel safe, because it's in your perceptions. It's starting to feel as though you might be able to call things in that will spread love and be in service to both yourself and others, rather than simply self-serving. And that is all that I'm feeling for you, Pile 1. So thank you so much for checking out this reading. I truly hope that it brought you something that you were looking for. And I just want to give thanks both to your spirit guides and to mine for helping to create this connection. And also, I do this because it blows me away all the time how much Spirit is willing to connect, how much our angels, our guides, our passed on loved ones are willing to connect with us and show us the way anytime that we need it, whether that is through something like this, through your own card readings, through your connection with nature, through, you know, a sentence that you read in a book, through feathers in your path, through all of those things. Any way that you think Source is talking to you, Source is going to use it to talk to you. Like, Source wants to connect, and I love that. And I hope that this brought you some clarity today, brought you some confirmation, brought you some support, and I hope that you know how connected you are to the divine. And thank you for coming by. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to start by flipping the Liminal Spirits Oracle Walnut. Lovely. I like that picture. And the, Archangel Metatron. Beacon, shine on. So the first energy that I'm picking up from these cards is that you are somebody who connects with, is an ambassador for the world of nature, for the plant spirits. You are someone who can speak with and speak for the plants, the way that spirit flows through nature. And the plant kingdom, the nature spirits are so happy about it. Oh my gosh. They are like joyful and dancing and delighted and want to work with you, and it's so exciting, and it feels really good. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say just now. It's just so happy. And there's like a thank you. Thank you for speaking for us. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for advocating. Let's work together. We're stoked. Okay, I'm gonna pull some tarot to get a little bit more on this message, see what comes through. I am working with the Vice Versa Tarot, which has images on both sides of the card. So I'm going to follow the intuitive promptings of how to place the cards in order to paint the clearest picture. Seven of Pentacles. So you've been cultivating this relationship for a while. Interesting. There's a fairly new agreement, perhaps, between you and the realm of nature. And maybe quite a magical agreement. Don't know if you are into journeying with plants. Yeah. That's nice. Wands reversed. Let's get one more for pile 2. One more card. Of course. This feels like quite a short and sweet and to the point message. I'm just gonna see if anything else comes through. So let's say during the period of time where you were cultivating this relationship but hadn't seen it quite bear fruit yet, you were in a more difficult space, just a more sort of melancholy space of not knowing if it would ever, if what you hoped would come to pass or hoped would bear fruit would ever actually do so. But then there is this meeting, this incredibly healing meeting between you and the natural world, which has this like magical falling in love feeling to it. Where it is like you are linking hands with the nature spirits and agreeing to enter this healing partnership. Hey, sorry about that. I had a little technical issue that I had to attend to. But yes, entering this healing partnership, because it certainly can be the case that the world of nature can heal to a deeper and more profound level than any kind of cerebral therapy. And that is part of what you're discovering. And also there's this sense of like no one needs to get how deep this runs for you, like how visceral this is and how kind of thrilling. It's like a secret romance. It's like having an affair with nature, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but that is the feeling of like no one's gonna get it, no one needs to get it, and yet you are this beacon who can speak for the natural world, who can teach from your place of connection. So with the 10 of Wands, there is this aspect to the path that you're on of releasing burdens, of not letting your sense of responsibility, or, you know, I'm sure real responsibilities that you carry, but not letting it get in the way. Kind of allowing that to fall when it comes to this connection with nature, and moving into this Four of Wands, like lovers, marriage, wonderful partnership energy, right? That's the energy of it. But I'm noticing specifically in this card, she's not dancing with a human lover, she's dancing with a nature spirit. So it kind of confirms the entire message of like, you are stepping into this profound relationship with the spirits of the natural world, with trees, with plants, with mushrooms, where you are going to be able to both communicate with and communicate for them, and you're like kind of in love, and it's wonderful. That's what I'm getting. That is your message. I don't feel anything else coming through with that. So thank you so much for checking out this reading, and let me thank your spirit guides and my spirit guides and the flow of source bringing us together to connect on this message. And I am always thrilled by how spirit in all its various forms wants to connect with every person who is looking, and everybody else. But as soon as you start looking for connection with spirit, then spirit is going to throw all kinds of signs and signals your way. And I love it, and it blows me away. And this is why I do what I do, to help you engage with your own intuition. Like, you picked the pile that gave you the message. If it resonated with you, then that's another confirmation that spirit is out to communicate with you. So I wish you a very wonderful day, and thank you for coming by. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We will start, as with the others, by looking at the Liminal Spirits Oracle, Peacock, and the Archangel Metatron Oracle. We have the Void, Retreat, Rest, Pause. So the first thing that I am noticing is that the picture for the Void looks like the eye of a peacock feather, and what I feel from that is that you feel called to communicate for source energy, whether you are looking to be a shaman or a priest or priestess, or an energy worker or a tarot reader, or whatever it might be. You are someone who feels called to that path of communicating for spirit, and there is this feeling of, yeah, that is your path, and a peacock is on display, right? That's what the peacock feathers are. It's displaying that spirituality. But for right now, rest, right? For right now, meditate, get still, get quiet, be with your own energy. There will be a time for you to display what comes of your connection, but right now is the time to find sanctuary, So I'm going to pull a few tarot cards from the Vice Versa Tarot. This deck has images on both sides of the card which show a different aspect of the energy of the card. And I follow the energetic promptings for how to place them. So if you see me kind of dancing around with how I'm going to do it, I am waiting until I'm clear energetically about where they go. So that is what I'm doing if you see that. Chariot. Hanged Man. Okay. 7 of Swords. And the King of Swords. Okay. So the chariot functions because there is a balance of the energies which are represented by light and dark. So they're working in harmony to pull the chariot together, and the charioteer is the one who is in control. So again, this is this message to find balance within yourself. Find the harmony, find the balance. That is the way forward. So next we have the Hanged Man. Just gonna see if I can get the glare off that card, sorry. Yes, we have the Hanged Man, and he is on display, which is sort of interesting. So it is like the pause that you are having to take. It may also be part of what you are communicating as far as your spiritual connection. Whatever it is that is that you are choosing not to move on, right? You are choosing to kind of be suspended in action. That is also somehow known and part of this kind of soul expression of letting your spirituality be known, which is sort of interesting. That your I suppose pause is the word. Your kind of suspended moment. is part of what you have to teach or communicate in some way. So with the Seven of Swords being shown that way around, being shown from behind, like all three of those cards actually, all three in a row, Hanged Man, Seven of Swords, and the King of Swords, it feels like you are on your way to something and I don't get the feeling of like thief in the night so much from this card as like I need to protect my perceptions. The Suit of Swords is associated with air, with thoughts. It's like I need to protect the way that I think and perceive. And I'm gonna take it with me, and I know the danger that is behind me. So yeah, it's this sort of protective feeling, and it's moving into the King of Swords, right? And the King of Swords, he has strong boundaries. He is mentally very sharp, and he does not let bullshit, essentially. He does not let bullshit affect his standing. So whatever your process is right now, it's like you are, it's weird, because you're on display, your suspended moment is on display, and you're also guarding your thoughts. Maybe that's why you need to pause. Maybe that's why you need to meditate and find a sanctuary and just be kind of still for a time, because the danger of exposing all of your mind right now would kind of influence or dilute your own clarity. So you kind of just need to step back from like calamitous events. I don't know why that word is coming through. Like that lightning bolt striking, it's striking somebody else, right? It's striking somewhere else. You are solid, and you don't have to share everything. The Hanged Man, he's not talking. He's just suspended, and other people can draw their own conclusions. And you are balancing your own light and dark, your own yin and yang, in order for you to move forward. So there is this feeling of display, of spirituality. And maybe you have started to be, or maybe you have needed to be careful about how much you communicate, even though it is your soul journey to be teaching this, to be teaching this connection with the void, with Source, with the divine. For right now, let yourself kind of slip quietly by, out of the range of calamity, so that you are protected in your own energy and others may draw their own conclusions. I hope that makes sense. That's all that I'm getting for this message. And I would like to give great thanks to your spirit guides and my spirit guides, and to Source and the way that Source flows, for bringing us together to connect for this message. And as always, I am blown away by how much Spirit wants to communicate and will communicate every time that you ask for it. So thank you so much for coming by. I hope that this message brought you a little confirmation or clarity, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.